We're live in Oceanside today as the rain starts to move into the county. More on how people are staying merry in the rain.
Emergency crews activated to respond to the storm.
Illegal border crossings, the lowest in decades. What the Border Patrol says is behind the historic drop.
San Diego shoppers are feeling the squeeze from grocery prices. We have the latest numbers.
You guys walk? Can you guys walk?
Police officers rush into action to save a pair of children trapped in a frozen lake.
Crashes, potholes, and flooding concerns. Caltrans is on the move with details on how it plans to make the 805 safer.
CBS 8 News, live at 6, starts right now.
The rain has started here in San Diego County with much more on the way as a pineapple express hits Southern California. Good evening. Thanks for joining us. I'm Carlo Cicchetto.
I'm Marcella Lee. It is going to be a wet Christmas in our area with the heaviest rain starting tomorrow. Tonight, our Alex Cheney is live at the Oceanside Pier where the storm is expected to strike first.
But first, we check in with meteorologist Sean Stiles with what's happening right now. Sean.
Well, Carlo, we saw the first hint of rain come through the county today, right around 9:30, 10 o'clock this morning. Pretty widespread, but it didn't get really going at all. I think a lot of folks thought, well, this isn't what you said was coming. Well, we did say we'd see scattered showers today and the big stuff coming tomorrow. So you can see between 9 and about, say, 11:30, 12 o'clock, that one big band of showers came through the county. And as it did, it moved through from the south towards the northeastern part of the county. Now, rainfall totals, the further you go north, you see more rain up around Oceanside, Fallbrook, Palomar Mountain, almost a half an inch of rain, widespread 2, 3, 4 100ths across much of the county, and then we dried out throughout the afternoon. We do have a wind advisory that's going to be in play through Wednesday at 10 p.m. Now, as the storm gets closer, those southwesterly winds will kick up, and we'll start to see them gust 30, 40 miles per hour. We've also got this flood watch across the entire San Diego County. That includes the deserts until 1 a.m. on Thursday, and this will push all the way up into Oceanside, Orange County, up into Los Angeles County, so lots of rain expected. In fact, we could see 1 to 3 inches by this time tomorrow, and then in addition to that, another 2+ inches by the time we get to Saturday. The heaviest rain looks to come in on Wednesday overnight into the early morning hours, a break in the action on Christmas Day, and then another shot of rain coming in on Friday. So it's kind of going to be a double barrel type of storm here.
All right, we're ready for it. Thanks, Sean. North County is where the heaviest rain is set to arrive first.
CBS 8's Alex Cheney is live at the Oceanside Pier tonight with a look at the conditions there. Alex?
Yeah, it was quite rainy earlier this afternoon. We got here about noon. It rained for a couple hours, and it has stopped ever since. But still, while we were out here, we caught up with lots of people who were still having fun at the beach, even though it was raining. It's raining in Oceanside today. Dan and his 2 girls are visiting from Illinois, and while he wanted more sunshine, he's happy to be with his daughters at the beach.
Well, of course, we're hoping for it, but beggars can't be choosers, and we're not going to get stuck inside all day. So come rain or shine, we're getting out, and we did just fine. We survived.
This is what you've been looking for, right?
We even ran into Santa Claus.
Ho, ho, ho.
This family makes a Santa Claus video for their grandkids every year.
If Grandpa's in the room, then Grandpa can't be Santa. But if Uncle Rich isn't in the room, maybe he's Santa.
Hey there. And this grandpa and grandchild caught some tasty waves this morning.
It's not too bad.
Not too bad.
We're still at the beach having fun.
And she got to try out her new Christmas present.
It's pretty good.
Declining model, local cheaper, right here in Oceanside.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, Grandma hooked you up.
We love it.
And this couple visiting from Arizona are happy to see the rain.
We don't mind the rain at all. Coming from Phoenix, it's super hot over there, so getting to see a little bit of clouds and also the ocean at the same time, nah, it's good, it's good.
During the incoming rain and wind this week, SDG&E is reminding the public that if you see any down power lines, to assume they're energized and stay away and call 911. Also, if there are any disruptions to service, crews will work quickly to restore the power, and you can check their outage map for any issues. The county is also offering free sandbags and sand to residents. A full list of locations is on CBS8.com.
Happy holidays.
Back at the beach, this man who just moved to Oceanside from Northern California took the dogs out for a walk in the rain to give them a bath.
Hey, look, I love it, man. I'm looking forward to big waves. We just moved here from Sacramento, so I'm actually looking forward to watching all the surfers this weekend.
Everybody was in good spirits today over here at the pier. Yes, it was raining, but still a great day to get outside and enjoy the beach. There is more rain to come later on this week and especially tomorrow. Back over to you, Marcella.
Thanks, Alex. Downtown shelters will be open tonight so people experiencing homelessness can have a dry place to sleep. The Kroc Center has beds for up to 61 adults and 11 extra beds for families with children and/or single women. The Paul Mirabile Center has room for up to 62 adults. Both are on Imperial Avenue. And the Living Water Church of the Nazarene on Market Street has room for up to 28 adult individuals. Check-in for clients with reservations starts at 8 o'clock tonight. San Diego lifeguards will have their 7 swiftwater rescue teams on standby in areas prone to heavy flooding, including Mission Valley and the South Bay. The county's Emergency Operations Center is also ready to go if things get really bad. Lifeguards are once again reminding drivers never to drive through flooded streets. And if you are caught in flooding, call 911 and climb on top of your vehicle while you wait for help.
And the storm is also expected to have a major impact in Los Angeles. And tonight, there are big concerns in areas that were impacted by the January wildfires. Gwen Baumgartner is there.
As millions hit the road for the holidays, fire stations in Southern California loaded up sandbags for residents preparing for the worst.
If there are landslides, let's say on the PCH, we won't be able to get out. Also in the canyons, we'll be stuck.
The region is bracing for significant rain totals, which could bring flash flooding to the area by Wednesday.
And our goal is to make sure that the home is protected from water and make sure that there's not going to be mold and other issues that will intrude into the home.
Home builders in the area have been covering up their work in progress as the city of Los Angeles issued evacuation warnings for certain neighborhoods.
We don't give up. We're going back out today and making multiple efforts to make sure that our residences are safe.
Residents in areas previously affected by the 2025 Eaton and Palisades fires are under heightened alert for potential mudslides and debris flows.
What worse time, right, for something like this to happen? Christmas Eve, Christmas Day. Storms can bring sudden and severe conditions that may make staying behind extremely risky.
A winter wonderland in parts of the West Coast has already made for potentially dangerous conditions on the roads near Lake Tahoe.
It looks like it's some serious storm.
Over the weekend, torrential rain filled swollen rivers in Redding.
We're getting flooded here.
Submerging communities in rushing floodwaters, killing at least one person. Gwen Baumgartner, CBS News, Los Angeles.
And remember, you can get weather alerts sent straight to your smartphone and stream Sean's extended forecast all on our free CBS 8 app.
Turning now to holiday travel, tomorrow is expected to be one of the busiest days at San Diego International Airport.
CBS 8 went down to the airport earlier today. We saw long lines at the baggage drop-off this morning, but a couple of hours later, things looked a little bit better. Actually, that was at the passenger drop-off. We also noticed fairly heavy traffic heading into the airport. If you're flying out soon, airport officials recommend actively tracking your departure status in case of any changes.
Whatever your circumstances, make sure you check your flight, you know what time that is, and know that whether or not there are any impacts, not only here in San Diego, but in destination cities, because weather happening across the country could impact your flight.
At last check, San Diego International Airport has seen 5 cancellations today and more than 280 delays, with more than half of those delays involving Southwest Airlines flights. That's according to the flight tracking website, FlightAware. High grocery prices remain a big concern for San Diego shoppers, with many feeling the squeeze at checkout, putting a strain on family budgets.
CBS 8's Brian White joins us live from Kearny Mesa with a closer look at the latest numbers and what they mean for your wallet. Brian?
Yeah, I talked with a lot of shoppers today. Many say that grocery prices are still very high, while others say they've leveled off or even come down a bit. But it really depends on who you talk to, where they shop, and what they buy. For many shoppers, there's no question grocery prices feel overwhelming.
Grocery prices are way too expensive. I mean, these poppies alone were about $8 for 4. I mean, come on, that's ridiculous.
Others say they're changing how they shop just to keep costs down.
More price shopping, seeing which stuff is cheaper, and if it is cheaper than something that we don't want, we'll still get the thing that we kind of don't want because we can afford it.
When you look at the data, the picture is mixed. According to Data Assembly, grocery prices in San Diego are up 35% since 2019. But numbers for the last year are actually down overall, nearly 4% locally. even as they rose nationwide.
What we've seen is mixed results. Some things are down, some things are up.
Dr. Alan Jin, an economics professor at USD, says eggs are a clear example.
They soared as a result of the avian flu. Well, now a lot of that is over, and so now we're seeing more eggs onto the market, and egg prices have come down.
Data Assembly shows egg prices in San Diego are down more than 50% from their peak earlier this year.
The last dozen I bought was under $5.
But meat, especially beef, is telling a very different story.
Beef has reached all-time highs then in terms of its prices as a result then of shrinking herd sizes. The amount of cattle raised in the U.S. are at the lowest level in decades.
Over the past year, locally, meat prices are up nearly 3%, while cheese, produce, and dairy are all down a little bit. For families already stretched thin, food costs are hitting especially hard.
I think the wallet is definitely running a little bit skinnier, and we're just having to prioritize what to get.
Economists say while we may see some easing on certain products, grocery prices remain historically high, so we may not see much relief at the checkout line anytime soon, unfortunately. I'm Brian White, CBS 8.
Thank you, Brian. More than a dozen victims of suspected human traffickers rescued by local law enforcement. Coming up, what we're learning about Operation Home for the Holidays.
Also ahead tonight, what the head of the Border Patrol in San Diego is telling us about the historic drop in illegal border crossings this year.
And the dramatic video of police rushing to save two children who fell through an icy lake.